Imagine this: the power goes out, your entire neighborhood is plunged into darkness. Your high-tech security system, your cameras, your smart locks, they're all dead. You feel vulnerable, exposed. But what if I told you there's a piece of World War II era technology, a forgotten relic, that could still be guarding your home, completely silent and needing zero electricity? This isn't science fiction. It's a real device, born from the desperation and ingenuity of wartime. Today, we're uncovering the story of the lost World War II alarm, a simple, brilliant invention that still works perfectly almost a century later. Stick around, because what you're about to see will change how you think about home security. So, what is this mystery device? It's called a tripwire flare alarm. Now, when you hear tripwire, you might think of action movies, but the reality is much more clever and less Hollywood. During World War II, soldiers on sentry duty needed a reliable way to detect enemy movement in the dark, especially during covert operations or when guarding critical positions. They couldn't rely on electricity. It was unreliable on the battlefield, and the light from a flashlight could give away their position. They needed something simple, mechanical, and loud. Enter the tripwire alarm. The design is genius in its simplicity. It consists of a small metal housing, a firing pin, a powerful spring, and a slot for a blank cartridge, basically a bullet with no projectile, just gunpowder. A soldier would mount this device to a tree or a post, then run a thin, almost invisible wire across a path or entryway. The other end of the wire was attached to the alarm's trigger pin. If an enemy soldier unknowingly walked into the wire, it would pull the pin. This would release the spring-loaded firing pin, which would then strike the blank cartridge. The result? An incredibly loud bang, like a gunshot, echoing through the night. This instantly alerted the guards, exposed the intruder's position, and often scared them into retreat. It was a low-tech solution to a high-stakes problem, and it was incredibly effective. It didn't need batteries, it didn't need maintenance, and it worked in rain, mud, or snow. After the war, millions of these devices became military surplus. People bought them for all sorts of reasons. Farmers used them to scare away predators from their livestock. Campers and hikers used them to secure their campsites from bears or other wild animals. And, of course, homeowners used them as a last line of defense, a simple burglar alarm for their sheds, garages, or even their back doors. They were cheap, reliable, and gave people peace of mind. For decades, these little pieces of history quietly stood guard in homes and farms across the country. But as modern, electronic security systems became common, these mechanical alarms were forgotten. They were tucked away in dusty toolboxes, old sheds, and forgotten corners of attics, their incredible story fading from memory. So, why are we talking about them now? Because in a world that's so dependent on electricity and complex technology, there's something fascinating about a device that works purely on mechanical principles. It's a testament to timeless engineering. We found one of these original World War II era alarms, and we're going to show you exactly how it works. Here it is. Look at this thing. It's solid steel, built to last. You can feel the history in it. The mechanism is still incredibly smooth. You pull back the spring-loaded collar, insert the safety pin, and then place a 12-gauge blank shell inside. We'll secure it to this post right here. Now, we run our tripwire, just some sturdy fishing line, across this path and attach it to the trigger pin. The safety pin is the last thing you remove. Now, the trap is set. Imagine it's 3 in the morning. A burglar tries to sneak into your backyard. They can't see the thin wire in the dark. Their foot catches it. That sound is unmistakable. It's loud enough to wake you, your family, and probably your neighbors, and it requires no power whatsoever. While your fancy cameras are offline during a blackout, this piece of history is still on duty. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the old ways are the best ways. The ingenuity of the past holds lessons that are still incredibly relevant today. These devices are more than just historical artifacts. They represent a mindset of self-reliance and clever problem-solving. It's a piece of history that's not just for a museum, but a practical tool that still has a place in the modern world. What other forgotten pieces of technology do you think deserve a comeback? Let me know down in the comments. I read every single one. Thanks for joining us on History's Hidden Tricks. If you found this as fascinating as I did, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our next dive into the forgotten marvels of the past. See you next time.